Hello students, this is Mr. Sims, and this is our next step in the solving of one-step equations process, solving one-step equations with multiplication and division, cross-out division. We won't do any with division, at least for right now. Later on you will. The goal, if you remember, is to get the variable by itself, or, scribble that out, x alone. And remember, I put the x in quotations because it could mean any letter, basically. Whatever you do to one side of an equation, you must do to the other. Okay? Start on the same side as the variable. Move a number to the other side of the equal sign, use the opposite operation. Okay? So the opposite of multiplying is dividing. All right. Excuse me. So in our first example, in algebra, anytime a number is written next to a letter, like 2x, it's assumed that it's really 2 times x. But we don't write 2xx because we don't want the multiplication symbol, x, to be mixed up with the variable x. So we don't write it that way. We also don't typically write it using parentheses either. You will very seldom ever see it written that way. So it's something we'll have to remember, is that when a number is written next to a variable, the variable, that implies multiplication. Or that means that it's going to be multiplication. So, set the equal sign. Line down the equal sign, circle the x. In order for x to be alone, we need to get rid of the 2. The 2 is being multiplied. So to move the 2 to the other side, we have to divide that 2 on both sides. So we would divide by 2. So we use the fraction bar to represent division. Divide this by 2. Divide that by 2. What happens when we divide by 2? 2 divided by 2 becomes 1x. And then 8 divided by 2 becomes 4. Okay? Well, 1x can just be x. So we say x equals 4. Right? In example number 2, we're going to scribble this one out because we're not going to look at any equations that look that way. And I'm going to rewrite a new one. So we're going to put 25 on the left equals 5, and we'll say a. All right. So go ahead and copy that down. So we draw the line down the equal sign, circle the variable. The variable's on the right side, so we always start on the same side as the variable. We're going to move the 5 to the other side, and we do that by dividing it by both sides. So divide here by 5, divide here 5. Okay? The 5s, what happens when you divide a 5 and a 5, they kind of just cancel out. So a would equal 25 divided by 5, which is 5. All right, one more. You're going to notice on the next couple pages that we went through and we scribbled out negative signs that were in front. So I'm going to change this problem to 4x. So just scribble the whole thing out. Let's just rewrite it. 4x equals negative 12. Okay. So we are going to move, line down the equal sign, circle the variable. We're going to move the 4 to the other side, divide it by both sides. So in order to get rid of the 4, we divide by 4 here, divide by 4 here. And if you remember from back in our second module, that if you take a negative number and you divide it by a positive number, a negative divided by a positive is equal to a negative. So this would be a negative 3. All right. So what you're going to do is, on the next few pages, there are problems that are circled and identified for you. So if we just take a look at the next page, you can see we've circled the problems that we want you to do. We've also gone through the next page after that, and wherever you see a scribble, that just basically means that we just scribbled a negative out. So just pretend it's like this, just pretend it's 2x equals 8, which actually we already did. So, all right, so good luck, work hard. Mr. Sims, signing off.